Hello everyone, this is Jason Petrozello, and I wanted to give our readers a video commentary on the new game Mountain Blade Warband. In this video I'm going to show you how the combat system works and show you a couple of the updates the game has had since its previous version was released last year under the title Mountain Blade. Now in this video you're going to see my troops, which are a part of the new Saranid Sultanate, fighting against a numerically superior enemy. I'm going to demonstrate how the cavalry can be used to fight very effectively, and how important terrain is and how important physics is. Now, just like in the original Mountain Blade, when you encounter enemy forces from another kingdom, you do get some dialogue options. Although in this case I have no interest in talking to my enemy, I simply want to fight him. So we're going to go to a screen that's going to give me my options for fighting, and we're going to engage in combat. Now you see here my Saranid cavalry forming up around me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to scout around the battlefield for just a little bit and find myself a good piece of terrain to fight on. My goal is to find a small hill that I can put my cavalry on top of so that they can charge down on my enemy's infantry. Okay, I found myself a little hilltop that'll give my cavalry the position they need in order to charge the enemy. And just like in the original Mountain Blade, physics is really important here. The added speed bonus that both you and your troops get when they charge an enemy on horseback allows you to do a lot more damage. Now, I'm here using my horse to charge through the ranks of the enemy infantry, but the rest of my army is doing the same. If you look on the left side of the screen, you're going to see messages pop up. I've specifically enabled them in the game options for this battle. You're going to see messages about my troops killing enemy soldiers, but you're also going to see messages about me hitting enemy troops and doing damage. The game provides feedback on how effective you are at hitting your enemies, and you'll notice that I'm oftentimes getting a speed bonus when I hit my targets. This is why one of the reasons you'd want to be mounted on horseback is because you can simply just do a lot more damage. Now, we've successfully wiped out most of the first attack wave, and I'm going to order my men to get back to their position on the hill. Right now I'm demonstrating another feature that's new to Mountain Blade Warband. Enemy troops and your own troops will sometimes rout from the battlefield if they think that they're doing poorly. In this case, I'm going through and killing off some of the enemy soldiers who are trying to rout because I want to make sure I get as much battlefield salvage as possible. We're going to form up here and do another charge against the second wave of enemies, and we're going to be just as devastating this time as we were the last time, although as you can tell I'm not performing very well. Keep getting involved in little traffic problems in the middle of the charge. But that's okay, the rest of my army is doing well, and we shouldn't have any difficulty beating out the enemy. Just like in the original Mountain Blade, horses are not immortal, which you're going to see in just a second. There I go. My horse has been killed out from under me, and now I've got to fight on foot. We're already winning the battle, so this isn't going to be that much of a problem, but if this was earlier in the battle, I'd have a very hard time scouting around for terrain and trying to position my army on the field, because I can only move on foot now, and I'm moving a lot slower than I was earlier. Weapon speed is very important, and my character is currently using a two-handed blunt weapon. It's very heavy, and I don't swing nearly as fast as someone who might be using a short sword or a long sword. It's more devastating in terms of damage, but it's a choice you have to make in this particular game, and unlike its predecessor, I feel that weapon speed is now much more important than it used to be. Fortunately, I've got my troops there backing me up, so I'm not trying to fight all these enemy soldiers all by myself. I can tell that the last vestiges of the enemy army are going to try and flee the battlefield, and I'm giving the order to my army to go ahead and do a final charge and clean up any remaining enemy soldiers. While there's no real problem with letting the enemy armies rout off the battlefield, I'd like to get as many prisoners and as much battlefield salvage as possible. And now that I know they're on the run, there's no point in not letting my soldiers just run amok and kill or capture as many enemies as possible. And with victory, I get to look at the victory screen and see my casualties versus the casualties of my enemies. I took 22 casualties, and the enemy army took 96 casualties. Plenty of prisoners for me to take home and ransom. You'll notice I also managed to grab 2 of enemy lords on the battlefield. They will ransom for a tidy sum of money. And I also get to loot the battlefield. And we managed to grab so much battlefield salvage, I'm not going to be able to fit it all in my army's inventory, that's okay. And with that, this little video commentary is over. Go ahead and head over onto AVault and check out my video game review. See what else I had to say about Mount and Blade Warband. You get to hear the good things and the bad things I have to say about this game, but this video should demonstrate at least some of the aspects of how the combat system works. So drop on by to AVault, and I look forward to seeing you and your comments there.